Jennifer and I are just checking out this beautiful kitchen at Hurley's. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
I found your story amazing. Thank you for coming and sharing today. Community of Healing, Dave Scott, along with Jennifer. You are a business coach, really.
Yes.
What you explained to me. Can you explain that to people? What a great concept. I love it.
I'm not sure what I said. So business coaching basically is an outside confidant.
Yep.
So you go into business with these great dreams and aspirations, and you feel like if I just follow that dream, it'll all be good. And there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle to
Yes.
that. So having a confidant supports you to really create a solid plan, make sure your mindset is straight and that you're not giving up when times get tough. So having that resilience and consulting at times turns into mentorship, right?
I was amazed too when you were talking, and one of the things that you and I just talked about was young people getting into business today. This is phenomenal. I wish when I started 20 years ago you were around, because I think you and I would have had some great conversations. You have those dark days where business is hard. It's not going to be easy, but
Yeah.
you need to learn to get through. Explain how you would help somebody in that scenario.
So I meet them where they are, right? So as a coach, you want to find out what is today's reality and what is the goal. And so when we do that, we talk about let's discover the possibilities. So what is the focus that you're trying to achieve? What are the options that you have? And then how do we help you create a plan? And sometimes when we put the plan in place, there's some roadblocks. So we want to try and drive through those and make sure we put some strategies in place to help you see what the roadblocks might be, and then look around the corner and prepare for them so that you can actually get to the goal.
And we should tell the folks, you're in corporate for a long time, weren't you? How long?
Yeah, 17 years.
And then you took the plunge, right?
Exactly, yes. So it was about 6 years that I was building my business on the side of my corporate role. I was responsible for the professional development of Edward Jones Canada.
Oh, wow.
So all of their financial advisors I would help kind of train, coach, and support to their next goal. And so I decided about 2.5 years ago that I wanted to do it full time, because there were lots of organizations and individuals and teams that needed support. So rather than support one organization at a time, now I can support several globally.
And how are you finding business? Talk a little bit about your success.
I don't know what to say. I'm really excited for the opportunities ahead. I'm feeling privileged for all of the people that I've been able to support so far. And business is really good.
And I guess we got to talk about the books too. You're involved, you're a little bit of an author. So
Yes.
explain that to us. Now, how did all that come
So
about?
that's kind of the phrase that I say, what you think is possible is just the beginning. Because I decided to just share my story in this book, Dream Boldly, I Dare You. Carrie Stepp invited me in, and she had this vision, this idea of 31 powerful women coming together that were world-class coaches, inspirational speakers that could share their story of hope and inspiration. Because for all of us, there's this hero that kind of rests within, and we try to invite it out. So I just wanted to publish the story, and it went international best-selling within 48 hours in 6 categories. And so I had just finished a course at UC Berkeley for positive psychology, and the book is up there with the books that I read in the program. So like, you know, mind blown. So that came out last Christmas, December 19th, and then the next book, Dream Boldly, I Dare You 2, came out to manifest miracles on demand. So what she was seeing, Carrie, was that she was giving a process for people to uncover what are those dreams, like unlock 100 dreams and pursue them. So she was noticing that the authors here were starting to open those new doors. She's like, all right, well, let's help others do that. So we created Manifest Miracles on Demand. So with this book, people have an opportunity to actually get an e-course and help them.
It goes all the way through. It follows through.
Exactly.
It starts it with your dream and then keeps going. Can you give us a little hint about your dream in the book?
Yeah, so the first book, Dream Boldly, I Dare You, I talked about where belief in yourself and bold moves meet.
Okay.
So as you can imagine, I was leaving a great role, and we lived in Oakville, and so we sold the house. I left the role, and we came out to Woodstock, and I launched the business, not looking back, knowing that I had a plan ahead for the next couple of years to really thrive in business.
And you hit it right there, the plan, right? You got to have a plan, you got to be organized, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have those strategies in place, you're really going to struggle. You need to know what are the disciplines of execution.
And you mentioned the word thrive, and I know you've got another business going on. Just take a minute and explain that to me.
Sure. Thrive experts came together to help others be better than good. So traditional psychology, which is kind of Jen's area of expertise, Jen Slay is my business partner, helps people come to the line of zero. So let's get you operating so that you're operating in society, right? Positive psychology focuses on above the line.
Yeah.
So if you're operating a 5, how do we get you a 7? If you're operating a 7, how do we get you a 10, right? So we came together so that we can not only focus on where are we today and where are we going, But if there's a block back here, how do we support you to get past it to get to where you're going?
Give us an example of a block, because I think that.
So some people's fear might be confidence. Like they have a great message to share, but they don't know how to share it.
Yeah.
You know, they need
Delivery.
some support to make sure that they have the message on point, to make sure that they know how to market themselves, to make sure that they're ready to go and kind of conquer what it is they're looking to create.
What a great concept you have in all your business models, and you know you're taking that component and helping, and educating, and building self-esteem really in a lot of people. Congratulations,
Thank
that's
you.
great work. Now I want to touch base. Community of Healing is what we're working on today here. How did you and Mary get together? This is a pretty interesting story as well, right?
Yeah. So I'm involved with Owen. So I went for a luncheon last year at some point, and we met very briefly. It was just maybe a 2-minute conversation. And so through a common connection, Teresa Sims, Mary had reached back out to me, 5-6 months later, and said, "I'm doing a project, and I think I need you in it." So. So I just said yes, and I didn't know what I was saying yes to. But I said, well, if I can help, let me come out and kind of share a message and see what I can do to support, because businesses are integral to our society. We need to help them be better than good.
And it falls into that community of healing. Exactly what you're doing. We want businesses to thrive and prosper. And with so many failing in this day and age, it's important that they understand what they're getting into and have folks like you around to sort of deliver that message of hope, really.
Yeah.
I think that's what you guys do the best.
Yeah, and persistence.
Yes, yeah, you're not lying there. I mean,
Right?
yeah, you have to be persistent in business. And I think the other point that I like that you touched on was just believing in yourself. It's critical.
Yeah.
And in today's generation, that's something we need to instill, isn't it?
Yeah, and the second book talks about free your possibilities.
Oh,
So
yeah, touch base.
Jen Hurston is somebody who I wouldn't normally partner with, and it's so interesting the way that we came together. So I ordered a bunch of the books that came in. We went to celebrate the success of the book, because this one hit bestseller in 24 hours. And I went there, gave her her books, and we met over a glass of wine. And I said, well, what do you do? And she said, I'm an energy healer, I'm an intuitive. And so as a business coach, I'm very cerebral, I'm very left-brained. I'm like, there's gotta be a plan, and right? So her and I start talking, and I'm like, well, that'd be kind of neat if we help people clear the energy, do a guided meditation, and support them with a plan. Because dreaming is one thing. Right? The plan is another. So we came together to create this workshop called Free Your Possibilities.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, so it's really an interesting partnership between the two of us, because if you can imagine, it's like energy healing and guided meditation, and it's like, all right, let's get to work.
It's kind of like me and my cameraman.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know that when we were talking earlier. I'm glad you touched base on that.
Yeah, we're hosting April 7th in Oakville at Joshua Creek Heritage Art Museum. And then in Woodstock, we're coming again to Chateau Lamont. So we've rented the main floor of the mansion there, and it's a beautiful place to experience that workshop. So April 21st will be Free Your Possibilities in Woodstock.
Let's talk about that. Your email, how do people get a hold of you, business-wise, your website. Can you give all that information to them?
Absolutely. So you'll find me on all the social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's Jimbere Coaching and Consulting, or Jennifer Jimbere. And the website is jimberecoachingandconsulting.com, and anyone can reach out and schedule a 15-minute call and talk to me about what is their area of struggle right now, what's the focus, and how can I support you to get to the goal.
And give us those two events again, just so we have them. We went through those pretty quick that you were talking about.
Yeah, so April 7th in Oakville at Joshua Creek Heritage House. It's Free Your Possibilities. So we have a space there with 50 people that'll be coming out. And then here in Woodstock at Chateau Lamont, we're gonna have an intimate setting of 12 to 15 people.
Wow. Thanks for doing this. You kind of blew my mind. So, it's great to sit here and have this conversation with you. This is one of the things that, when you and I were talking earlier, it's young people I see starting out in business, and they have a dream. And it's like, I'm glad that you have that dream, and I want to see you succeed, but there's so much you got to learn.
Yeah.
And you guys help provide that service.
Yeah, thank you.
And congratulations on the book. That's amazing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to share.
Well, from Hurley Live, thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate the time today.